want to give you, give the customers quality, affordable dining experience.
Welcome to Hospitality Asia channel on HAPA TV. I'm Jennifer Ong, and we're here today with Choo, Executive Director of Sold Out. And today we're going to talk about what is Sold Out has to offer, what does it has to offer, what is it like? I mean, this brand has been around for, gosh, almost 30 years, and who doesn't know Sold Out? So let's have Mark here with us and share with us the story of what Sold Out is, Sold Out will be. And so tell us more, Mark. Tell us more.
Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for having me. Yes, as you mentioned, I am currently the executive director at Sold Out.
Right.
Sold Out is actually, I like to best describe it as a legacy brand. It's a brand that is, everyone knows about the brand, and it's a kind of an older brand, right? And it started by my parents 27 years ago. Yeah.
Gosh, that 27 years ago.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I am 32 this year.
Okay.
So I was about 5, 6.
Right.
Yeah. And I still remember them starting that first restaurant with I think about 5, 6, 7 IKEA tables.
How was it like? So tell us more. Tell us, backtrack a bit.
Yeah.
How was it like? What did you remember when you were 5? When Sold Out started. The first one, wasn't it at Montclair area?
Yes.
Right.
It's Montclair area. Yeah, Montclair area opposite Aquarius and 163 right now.
Yeah.
But everything used to be a forest.
Yeah.
All right. And Sold Out was one of the only places you can eat. And I think that's how my parents came up with the concept of having multiple cuisines, not just one cuisine. So we have Asian, we have Western, we have Indian, pizza, salad, all those things.
Really all comfort food, isn't it?
All comfort food. Yeah, back then, as long as you give comfort food, people are gonna come.
Right.
So it's been 27 years, and I think recently it's time for the new generation, me and my sibling Brian, to come in and handle the business, and that's how I'm singing right here.
Yeah. So I must say congratulations, really. Congratulations to both Choo and Michelle Kwok, of course, to Mark and Brian as well. Yeah, I mean, this is a house brand. It's a brand that it's all part of us. We grew up with the brand. And, of course, when you talk about Sold Out, you're talking about not just any restaurant. It's a restaurant with a soul. We're a restaurant with soul. We were just talking about it, having hardware without a soul. How does it feel like? So, huge congratulations to all of you. And of course, to Sold Out for being nominated as one of the best restaurants in Malaysia for the HAPA Awards Malaysia Series 2022-2023. So just before we go on talking about what was it before, what would it be like, let's just talk about the most difficult time. The last 2.5 years, I know how tough it has been for F&B operators, hotel operators, tourism operators, retail operators, But how was it like for Sold Out? What did you guys do to really keep going for the 2.5 years?
So as a group, we have 300 plus staff to kind of feed and who's depending on us. It was a very, very slow couple of months when the pandemic hit and restaurants were forced to close. I think as with many other businesses, I don't think we had a plan, a backup plan, but I think we adapted as best as we could. So we did manage to keep we didn't let go of anyone, we kept everyone. I think that was the most important thing. Was our only objective, keeping our staff.
Right.
And the second thing I think we did was, of course, we went on all the food delivery platforms, your Grab, your Food Pandas.
Did that help?
It did help, but it was nowhere near what we were getting. But it gave the staff something to do. It gave them a purpose. And it also kind of gave us a reason to keep coming back. We're known for our mojitos. We pride ourselves in being KL's best mojitos. So we also package those into bottles and tried upselling them. I think a few times, our managers would, we got bikes. We would deliver it around Montclair community. But it was, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it was a tough couple of months. We had to do things that we haven't done in the last 27 years. Every dollar to us meant something. Yeah, was meaningful. Right. And I think some of the regulars, so supported us because of that familiarity and brand loyalty
Right.
that they had.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the brand that was still. It was a connection with the brand, right?
Yes.
With your loyal customers and people that knew the brand,
Yeah.
supported it.
Definitely.
Okay, so coming from your generation,
Mm.
what was the biggest learning for you in your you think in your mindset, your generation mindset? What was the biggest learning from the COVID, from the pandemic, for you?
My biggest learning, okay.
Yeah, I mean, from an F&B operator point of view, yeah.
My biggest learning, I think, from COVID was that try to not have all your eggs in one basket and diversify when you can, as
Right.
much as you can.
As in outside F&B business.
Yeah, it could be even just horizontal vertical diversification, right? It doesn't have to be outside the business, but you know, we could have different offerings, smaller outlets that focuses on a niche kind of product. Because again, all of our outlets are big brick
restaurants.
and mortar restaurants.
Right.
I would say even packaging our sauces, which you know has become quite a crowd favorite. So all those things would be something that I would look into if I was managing a business. I wouldn't just depend on one source of revenue, which is
Right.
you know in outlet customers, but
Right.
outside of that as
Outside
well.
of that.
Yeah.
And what do you think? I mean, Ma, what do you think has changed? I mean, traditional business, we all, you know, there's so many entrepreneurs out there, so many business owners out there who own businesses for decades. I mean, I've been doing this for, 28 years, my 29th year.
Doesn't show.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, so we have a lot of business owners that hold on to the businesses, you know, for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And we always think that, you know, the old way works. But we know things change, things evolve, and especially after COVID, you're talking about customer behavior has changed, new generations coming in, competition has increased, right? So many new places offering so many new things. So coming from you, Mark, from your generation point of view, how do you think you would position Sold Out differently? What's relevant? How do you compete in the market? And how do you then also live up to the different customer behavior and expectations of customers in the F&B sector?
Ooh, that's a question that we talk about in team meetings every few weeks. You know, Sold Out being such a not old brand, but such a experienced brand, I might say, we do have that question of how do we attract new customers, the younger customers, and how do we also keep and maintain the regulars, right, that has been visiting us for years and years.
Old school, new school?
Old school, new school, right?
Yes.
And I personally believe that it's a very tough question, and I can't give you a 100% answer, but what I can say is, for me, I think Sold Out is about communicating its values. It's about communicating, you know, how, like, why we do what we do, you know, our purpose, and also being clear internally what we want from every customer. So, which regardless of new customers, old customers, the minute you step into Sold Out, what we want is for you to have, we want to be the best part of your day. We want to make you feel at home.
Right.
We want to be a home away from home. So customer service for us is extremely important.
Right.
We want to give you, give the customers quality, affordable dining experience. So we try to keep our prices as competitive as possible. And I think the last thing would be celebrations and experiences. I think this is something that, since, like you mentioned, since I was a kid, one of the first few things I remember was having really amazing parties. Christmas, New Year's. For Christmas, we used to have like a horse with Santa Claus on it coming into the outlet. New Year's Eve, we've had fireworks for the last 20 plus years, and it's free fireworks for the whole of Montclair and Bangsa, I guess, to see. So those are the things that I think reflect our core values, and I think it's just being true to that. And I think it's communicating that effectively.
Right. And how do you think that concept of what you've just shared is different from the traditional way of running the F&B business? I mean, the brand is almost 30 years, right?
Yeah.
How would brand positioning be different for Sold Out? How would customer experience be different for Sold Out as far as 30 years ago and moving forward to the next 30 years?
I mean, oh yeah, that's a good question. I think.
I mean, how would you do it differently for the next 30 years?
For the next 30 years,
With the brand.
Okay, I don't know whether all these are thoughts in my head, but for me, firstly, the spaces that we have, it's way too big. I think we can easily fit about 300, 400 people in our outlets.
Right.
What I can see moving forward is smaller spaces where people have that opportunity to have social connections.
More connected.
Because if you have a massive space and everyone's just like seated, it's hard. So I want to have smaller spaces. I would also like to have different areas for different purposes. Downstairs could be for dining, upstairs could be for live entertainment or social activities. So the adults can dine downstairs, kids can go upstairs and play. All those things. I would say, different areas, spaces within spaces.
Yeah,
that's what I would do. Because I do see a lot of the new concepts, they all depend on each other. Like, let's just say, a lot of the new areas where people go out to drink, to eat, to party, they all depend on each other to make their own outlets full. It's like a community, and then people just flock to it.
Correct. I guess it's very much like in a resort. I was talking to a couple of resort leaders and resort managers, and they were saying, how to create a experiential journey or experience for each of the family members. So the parents can do that, and the kids can do that, and the teens can do that, right? So I think in dining as well, it encourages. Like I like to go out. If I were to go out and do, let's say, a business dining meeting, I like to bring my kids, but I can't have them sit at the same table. Then they could do something else and join the teens and have fun there. I mean, that would be a lovely, lovely way of community, rather.
Correct. I think the keyword is community. Having a little bit of something for everyone. But also not trying to please every single person.
Every single person.
Because that's
we can't,
impossible.
right? Everybody has their own ways of. I like this way. I like it that way. Yeah, that's true. So, how many sold out outlets are there now?
Right now. Okay, that's quite.
Your key one is still, your flagship is still at HAPA Awards.
Flagship is still the HAPA Awards. That has been there for about 23 years.
And then you still have the one in Ampang.
We have Ampang, but we recently just moved to the Link.
Okay.
Then we have one in Bangsar South at the Sphere. Then we have one in KK. That's doing really well because now the tourists are coming back.
Yeah.
So a lot of tourists from Korea, from China. So that's a really heavily dependent tourist market.
Nice. Which part of KK?
It's at Imago Mall, so it's near the waterfront. It's a pretty
it's not
location.
In the hotel. It's out independent.
It's in the mall, but it's an outdoor kind of mall. And the last one, which is a new one as well, which we just opened in December 2022, is Sold Out Bukit Jalil. So that one was quite a different one because it's quite out of our comfort zone. A lot of our outlets are within the same area. This is just way out there. But what we found is that it's a completely new market. And a lot of people there who have never been to Sold Out. So
nice.
We have about 5 to 6 sold outs.
Okay.
And hopefully growing this year. Yeah.
Good. Good, So it's really nice to see brands, especially long-time brands, expanding and moving out into different areas. I think what's really important is how do you still retain, like what you say, how do you retain the old school customer, the old time customers, but yet also embrace the new customers and delivering the kind of dining experience that would fit both parties. Like, oh my God, I gotta serve my parents' friends and then also my friends.
So I think that's the joy of Sold Out. If you're not sure of how to appease the elderlies and the young ones, just go to Sold Out. We have, everything that you need. The only one thing I think I would like to focus on as well, it's more healthy vegetarian, vegan options.
Right. Is it lacking? Is that lacking in the?
I think it's
in your group and also in the F&B sector.
I would say yes, both. In our group as well as overall F&B sector, I don't think it's as accessible as we could be compared to our counterparts in like America, UK, even Singapore. Like they have a lot more healthy alternative. I guess that goes back to education and a shift in that culture mindset. I think Malaysians generally love our food.
Yes, we do, isn't it? We love our unhealthy food.
We love our unhealthy food because those taste the best. I love unhealthy food.
I know. And it's the thing, so I was just with one of the food suppliers and they were doing a launch of a new range of food, plant-based.
Okay.
And we were talking about, how acceptable is plant-based food, accepted in restaurants, is the menu big enough? Is a section on plant-based and vegetarian or vegan, is that big enough? And unfortunately, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not expanded in that sense. I don't know whether it's due to profit or due to lack of education, in a sense, knowledge, in terms of the benefits of it, or what else is new. But to have a wellness menu in a restaurant, I think that would be quite cool.
I think it would be really cool.
Yeah.
And it's not just like having healthy options, but it's like where you're buying it from, the supplies that you're getting it. So I've recently just opened a microgreens hydroponics farm. So you grow all the microgreens indoors, just to kind of help and supply these to not just our group, but every other restaurants out there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I think that is a lot of these similar farms.
Right.
That's more like urban farming, and that's you kind of saving the environment because less logistic costs. It should be more affordable as well if you grow it indoors.
Yeah.
You can control the environment and the nutrients.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things that we're also looking to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
So, well, before we let you off, we need to ask Mark this, of course. What can your customers, old and new, expect from Sold Out in 2023? What's new? What is it? People can be, I've been to Sold Out for 27 years. If I come back again to Sold Out, what's going to be new? What can I expect? What's different that people can get from Sold Out?
So I think we're going to go in line with what I mentioned earlier, which is one, I think experiences, celebrations and experiences. So we're already in talks to roll out theme nights. Thursday night, band night, Friday night could be kind of mumbo jumbo, or it could be having like a percussionist with the DJ. So it becomes a habit that on a Friday night I gotta go Sold Out to enjoy these experiences with my friends. We want to give people something to look forward to, not just every year when it's like end of the year, but every week. And then the second thing I would say is we will be revamping our menu to kind of reflect what's currently trending in the market, whether it's more vegan options, more healthy options. A lot of our dishes are very comfort food, as you mentioned, but we would love to kind of have that and then add on to it with new twists and fusionize it as well.
Yeah, that would be really nice. I mean, for somebody who's been to Sold Out for so long and you open up the menu, you already know what to expect. It's a comfort food for a long time. So it would be nice. I mean, I'm going to look forward to seeing a new menu coming out from Sold Out, having at least 50% of new food and exciting. Then that gives us more, inspiration to want to go back to Sold Out a lot more times.
Yeah, and you're still gonna have the favorite. You're still gonna have your soul guided dancers, which are our own staff who we train to kind of roll out a routine for you, 1-2 song routine that lasts for 5-6 minutes, which again is a tradition. So at the end of the day, Sold Out, it's all about. I think the main direction is to maintain your core values, keep who you are, but again, modernize it with a new approach, but still have that same vibe. That's the most important thing.
I love that. I love that last part of what Mark said. Yeah, keep the values, keep who you are, but modernize it. Yeah, really love that. Beautiful. And if you love mojito like me, well, it's got to be Sold Out.
Thank you.
Where else can you go?
Kel's best mojitos.
Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you so much for making time here and sharing with us what's new to expect from Sold Out. And well, if you haven't been to Sold Out, you haven't been to any dining restaurant. You gotta go, and I'm sure you have. So we'll catch you again at our next few episodes. Thank you so much for joining. That was Mark Choo, Executive Director of Sold Out Kuala Lumpur.
Thank you.
See you again.
Thank you, guys.